All right, guys, let's jump right to it. This is for August 9th, I believe, which is the day after Father's Day. By the way, happy Father's Day. Um, please remember to say that to your fathers. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so we are going to do um, two passages to two sets of questions. One is a reading comprehension and one is a closed question. Let's do this first, okay? All right, let me just read it and then, you can explain it as I go. All right. Dimples are small folds or indentations on the cheeks of one's face. So dimples, dimples, right, are small folds. A fold is this, like fold, right? So this is a fold. Fold is also a verb, right? Fold. Okay, fold. Okay, fold. So it is a fold, right? Like a fold on your face, okay? Or indentation. Indentation is just this in Chinese. There are many words for indentations in English. There is the word that directly comes from the word indentation, just called a dent, right? That's just a word right there, right? Directly from this word, dent. Okay, so you could say dent, or maybe dint. That's another word, or crevice. What else? A little cavity, maybe. Okay, that's a good one. Cavity. Cavity, by the way, is the word for 蛀牙. So, because if you look at a cavity, if you are a dentist, a cavity is just on the teeth, on the tooth. It is just a dent, like a little owl in the tooth. So it's called the cavity. So there are lots of words for the word indentation. Okay, cavity. So dimples, 酒窝, are small folds or indentations on the cheek of one's face. All right. Generally, they appear on both cheeks. Both cheeks. A single dimple on one cheek is a relatively blank phenomenon. Phenomenon is 现象, huh? I'll just say the Chinese. 现象. Now, relatively means 相对的, right? 相对的. All right. So it says that generally dimples appear on both cheeks, but then have one dimple on one cheek and not the other. That is a 相对的 what kind of 现象, right? Over here. So we need something like, I don't want to say the answer. Let me see. So it is a 相对的 like it doesn't happen a lot. It is a something that doesn't happen a lot. Okay. 罕见的, huh? Right? That's just Chinese. 罕见的. Okay. Is that right? Okay. Whatever. Okay. Something that doesn't happen a lot. Okay. So which word means that? Okay. Right. These are the words that we're the choices that we have. Okay. Some cultures are found to show preference for dimples. That means we like it. To have a preference means you like it. Okay. So some cultures are found to show preference for dimples on one's cheeks as the feature, as the 特征, is claimed to be a sign of what? Okay. So some cultures like it because this feature, this 特征, 特征, is claimed to be a sign of what? Think about it. We are that kind of culture. We say that if you have dimples, it's a sign of what? Sign of that you are cute, right? So here some cultures like dimples because it is a feature claimed to be a sign of, cuteness, right? Okay. Or beauty or something like that. Okay. So I know that here I need that kind of meaning, right? Yes. All right. A meaning that means, beauty or cuteness or, something like that. Okay. And, well, which word gives us that meaning, right? So which word down here means cuteness, beauty, okay, all right, something like that, okay. All right. Though often associated with beauty, there it is, right? Most dimples are actually a genetic blank caused by shortened facial muscles. It's very interesting. Whenever you hear the word though 怎样, right? And then 下一句 is the 相反. What I mean by that is though this thing, though this, right? 这个东西 this thing is 正面负面的 is it positive or negative? Though often associated with beauty, that's a positive thing. 那是正面的 Then you know 逗号后面 that part is going to be negative. Okay? So though and then something positive and 逗点 something negative, right? That's 99% is going to be like that. By the way, this word associate 又出现了 right? Though 跟 beauty 有关，对不对？哈 Though often associated with beauty, most dimples are actually 其实genetic 基因的患 caused by shortened facial muscles. So the first part of the though sentence is 正面的 positive. The second part 会是 negative. So here, I need something negative, something 负面的 Okay? Right. So it is associated with beauty, but really, actually, it is a 基因的患 Okay? Something 负面 about 基因 It is a 基因的患 Right? Yes? So it's probably a genetic, maybe, mistake. Right? Or defect. Right? A defect, right? A genetic mistake, a genetic defect, okay, right? Something broken, right? Okay, all right. Caused by parts of your facial muscles that are too short, okay? By shortened facial muscles. When a person smiles, the shorter than normal muscles pull up the facial skin, which in turn creates a small indentation or dimple in the skin. Right? So when you smile, the shorter muscle pull up on the facial skin, which in turn creates a sort of a little out indentation or dimple in the skin. Okay. Such dimples tend to occur in families. So if you have dimples, your mother has dimples, your father has dimples, then you have dimples, right? And are assumed to be inherited, 遗传, right? And an inherited feature, 遗传的特征, right? Yes. So if your parents have dimples, then you also have dimples, right? In fact, some researchers believe that the 什么 of dimples from parents to children take only one gene. Okay, so it just got through telling you that it is inherited, 是遗传的. So it says, in fact, some researchers believe that 什么 of dimples from parent to children, the giving of dimples from parent to children, the inheritance, right? The 遗传的, right? Yes. So here I need some kind of word that means the passing on, right? The giving. of dimples from parents to children. Remember, your parents give you your gene, right? Your genes, right? So here I need something like giving or passing down, right? Pass down, 遗传下去，对不对哈？ Right? So here I need something like that kind of meaning. Okay? And there's a word in here that means passing down, right? Okay? Takes only one gene. If neither of the parents has dimple genes, that means if your father doesn't have dimple genes and your mother doesn't have dimple genes, their children will not show the 特征. Feature is just trait is just feature. It's just 特征一样哈 same 特征. So if your parents don't have the genes, you will not show this 特征. You will not have. So either we need have or show, right? You will not show this 特征. You will not have this 特征, right? Yes, right? If your parents don't have it. So I need a word that means show or have, right? And then there's a word in here that means either show or that means show. Okay, all right. Not all dimples are formed by a genetic defect. Here's the word defect, right? Yes, mistake. Though some may appear due to the blank of excessive fat on the face. So not all dimples are because of genetic inheritance, right? You don't get it from your parents. Some appear because of, remember, due to just means because of. Okay? Some appear because of, due to the 存在 of fat on the face. Excessive is too much, right? Too much fat on the face. Right? So some are just like 后天的 because, you know, somebody is too fat and then they have dimples. Okay? So some dimples appear because of the, I don't want to say the answer, the 存在 of excessive fat on the face. Okay? All right, and this actually, I'm going to make it into red because I think this is very important. This is actually a pian. You need to learn it. Okay, there is a word. There's a word down here that means 存在, huh? Because of the blank of too much fat on the face. Okay, and we'll talk about that in class. Such dimples are not permanent. They are not 永久的. They are not permanent. Okay, 永久的. Remember, permanent is the 相反 of temporary, which we talked about before, right? Yes? So in other words, they are temporary. They are not permanent. They are not a permanent trait, for they vanish, disappear, when the excessive fat goes away, when you 减肥, when the excessive too much fat goes away. Many babies, for example, remember babies are fat. Many babies, for example, have dimples on their summer cheeks. Right? That's why babies are so cute, because babies have summer cheeks. They have excessively fat cheeks. Okay? Right? Puffy, fat cheeks. So here I need fat. Okay? And there is a word down there that means fat. Okay? Fat. As they grow older and lose their baby fat, the dimples may disappear with time. Right? Go away. Right? Okay? Disappear. Right? You know that. That's very simple, right? Yes. Again, we're finding the, let's 锁定 a meaning we want for the 空格, and then we can find the words for it later, okay? Go away with time, okay? So there is a word in here that means go away, right? For those people who were born without dimples. If you are born with dimples, then those dimples are what kind of dimples? We don't know. Let's keep on reading, okay? For those people who were born without dimples, various methods can be applied to successfully create them. Oh, if you're born without dimples, then you can make the 人造 dimples, right? Right? I don't know why people want to do that, but right. So if you're born without dimples, you can make them, create fake ones, okay, man-made ones, right? So here this word gives me a 线索, a clue. That means here I need something that means 天然的 or 天生的, right? Yes, right. So which word means 天生的, 天然的? Okay, so there is a word that means that in this amongst these choices. These methods blank from a simple step like makeup, right? So it blank from very simple steps like putting on the makeup, 化妆, to drastic ones, to very 极端的 like surgery, 手术 So wait a minute. So here I need a word that means these 方法, these methods can be from simple to 极端, drastic. Simple to 极端. What do you call that? It's called right? Yes. Right. What is that? When you have 0 to 100. Yeah. Simple to 极端. What do you call that? Right? Yes. So here I need some kind of 范围, like a 范围. Okay. So which word means that? 范围. Okay. So I need a word that means the 范围 from simple 0 to 极端 drastic 100, right? And there's a word down here that means 范围, All right. Good. So, and then we'll talk about some of these words also as we go on, okay? Okay, let's continue. All right. This is a 阅读测验, and then I'm just going to read it, and then maybe I'll describe it, mainly to make sure that you know how to read the words, but I will explain some things that I think might be interesting. Okay. All right. Probably the most widely used oil in cooking, olive oil, is made by crushing olives with stone or steel blades to release the oil. Okay. A blade is a 刀片. All right. So that's a blade. Okay. It's a little bit essential, blade. So they use stone blades or steel blades and then press the olives, 橄榄, to release the oil. Extra virgin oil, the finest grade, the 等级, 等级. No. 等级. The finest grade, the best grade, the best 等级, is made from the first pressing of the olives and has a very low acidity rate, under 1%. Acidity is, in the science class, you get pH level, right? I think 0 to 7, oh no, 0 to 14, whatever, okay? Right? So pH is the pH level. It has a very low acidity level rate, under 1%. All right. To be qualified as extra virgin, 有资格当 extra virgin, the oil must also pass both an official test in a laboratory and a sensory evaluation by a trained tasting panel. Okay, right now, so it has to pass two kinds. It has to pass a sort of a empirical test, like a lab 实验室的 test, okay, with real tests, and it has to pass through another sort of a subjective, 客观的 test, by a trained tasting panel. Now, when I ran this through the 翻译机, it gave me 板 because panel is 板 like a 仪表板那个 panel, you know, like your car has an 仪表板, right? Panel. But here, obviously, it doesn't mean 仪表板那个板 it means 团队 So a panel can also mean 团队, right? Right. So the 翻译机 was confused. Okay. So to be classified as the finest grade olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, it has to go through two tests, one laboratory test and then one tasting test. Okay. It, meaning the extra virgin olive oil, it must be free from impurity. Okay, 杂质. While showing, remember, exhibit means show, right? While showing some fruitiness, and excuse me, I just almost spat out my throat. While showing some fruitiness and creating a pleasant bitter flavor along with a peppery sensation in the mouth. Wow, lots of like, you have to taste, like, you know, it has to show some fruitiness, like a fruity flavor, and it has to have a sort of a bitter taste. Bitter, it has to be fruity. Okay, fruity. Okay. Bitter. But also at the same time peppery, a little bit like a胡椒那种that kind of taste, okay, in the mouth. Okay, continue. Second on the ranking is virgin olive oil. So the finest 等级 grade is the extra virgin olive oil, and this is the second ranking on the grade. In other words, 等级 等级 is something called virgin olive oil. It is also a first pressing, but has a slightly higher acidity level, under 2%. Okay, so that's the second grade. Lastly, pure olive oil, 第三等级, the third grade, right? Okay, is the cheapest olive oil. It is refined to remove its impurities and blended to improve flavor. And it is recommended for all-purpose cooking. Okay, so basically there are three levels of olive oils, right? Packaging and storage. Storage is 储藏, packaging is 包装 So 包装 储藏 储藏 I don't know, whatever. You can get it. I can't get it. Maybe my faing is too terrible. Okay. Also have an impact on the quality of olive oil. Olive oil spoils quickly when exposed. 暴露在阳光之下, exposed to direct sunlight. So it spoils. It breaks down, right? It breaks down. It becomes bad. Okay. It spoils quickly when exposed to 暴露, right? We did this before. 暴露. 暴露. Well, you get the point. When exposed to direct sunlight. So it should be stored in the dark at 16 to 18 degrees Celsius. Moisture, remember we did the word moisten before, it means to 弄湿, so moisture is 湿气, huh? Right? Moisture and oxygen promote oxidation, right? And therefore limit its shelf life. Oxidation, oxygen 是氧气, oxidation means 氧化, huh? Right? So plastic containers usually do not provide adequate, which means enough, protection from light, heat, or moisture. Additionally, small particles in plastics can leak into the oil, which further reduces its quality. In other words, it's saying do not store olive oil in plastic bottles. So that's why if you buy olive oil from Jianlian, whatever, it's always, not always, but usually it is in a glass bottle, right? Did I give some answers away? I hope I didn't. Okay. And if it is in a plastic bottle, it is probably not a very high quality olive oil. Okay. All right. So olive oil tasters have long adopted descriptive terms such as pure and light to 分析 evaluate, okay, the quality of the olive oil. All right, so to evaluate is to 判断, huh, right? 分析判断 the quality of olive oil. So that's very vague, right? Very kind of like 模糊, pure and light, who knows? So recently, however, the International Olive Oil Council, believe it or not, there is an organization that, you know, that decides what is good olive oil and what is bad olive oil, okay? The International Olive Oil Council is seeking input on test methods to improve the transparency of the testing process, to 把这个 testing process 透明化, huh, right? Transparency is 透明, right? 透明. So 透明化 the testing process. Instead of relying on people, 好吃不好吃, they want to have more definitive standards. And boost the accuracy, the 准确度 of the results. Okay? So a redefinition, a 重新的这个定义, huh? Definition 是定义 and redefinition is to 重新定义, okay? 重新定义. 新的鞋子. Alright. So a redefinition of the term olive oil, the 重新定义 of the word olive oil is also proposed to make a clear distinction between virgin olive oil and pure olive oil. They want to make the 差别, the distinction between virgin and just normal, ordinary olive oil. 差别. To make a clear 差别 between virgin olive oil and pure olive oil. In other words, virgin and extra virgin on one side, and then pure olive oil on the other side. All right, so industry members of the IOC, the International Olive Council, hope to promote the trade of olive oil by initiating these changes. Okay? All right. By doing these changes, right? Okay, all right. And then we have questions 49 to 52. Please do them, and then I'll see you soon in class.